Imagine just for a moment that you could access the mind of a millionaire. See the world through different eyes, think with precision, act with confidence, feel certainty where most feel doubt. Now imagine realizing that this power has always been inside you, just asleep. Napoleon Hill spent decades studying those who built extraordinary wealth, and he discovered something most never hear. Money follows mindset. Every fortune begins in silence, with a thought no one else can hear, but that you choose to believe. In this video, you'll learn how to awaken that millionaire mind, how to turn desire into direction, and how to train your thoughts to build the life you were meant to live. This isn't motivation, it's identity shift, and it begins right now, inside you. If you're ready to claim this shift, write it in the comments. I am ready to receive abundance. Because writing is more than engagement, it's activation. It's how you tell the universe, I'm no longer waiting. I've already decided. You don't need millions in the bank to think like someone who already has them. Every self-made millionaire begins the journey with a mental shift. Wealth is not a coincidence, it's a construction, and its blueprint exists inside the mind. Napoleon Hill proved that money follows thought, not the other way around. The mental patterns you allow today are quietly building the life you'll experience tomorrow. Most people live by reacting. Millionaires live by creating. They don't wait for perfect timing. They decide, they act, and they shape the timing around them. While others need guarantees to move, those with a wealthy mind move first and let the world catch up. It's not arrogance, it's inner clarity, an alignment between thought, purpose, and identity that rewrites what's possible. Your thoughts are instructions. Repeated beliefs condition your emotions, and emotions drive action. Every time you say, "This is just how life is," your subconscious takes it as law. That's why someone with little external success can already be rich in mindset, while others with comfort remain stuck. The secret is not outside. It's in the quality and direction of your inner dialogue. This is your starting point. You don't change your life by chance, but by design. Once you stop reacting to circumstances and begin choosing your thoughts with intention, everything shifts. The question is no longer, how do I get rich? But how do I align with abundance now? The answer begins with the next essential ingredient, a burning desire that leaves no room for doubt. Nothing moves without desire, but not just any desire, a burning, obsessive drive that consumes your thoughts and directs your choices. Napoleon Hill observed that every person who achieved massive success carried a fire within. Not a wish, not a vague hope, but a desire so intense it became impossible to ignore. This is where all transformation begins, the moment when wanting becomes needing. When desire burns strong enough, failure stops being an excuse and becomes fuel. Obstacles no longer feel like signs to stop. They feel like tests of commitment. Your subconscious starts operating like a radar, detecting opportunities that match your focus. The stronger the emotion behind your desire, the more your reality begins to shift in your favor. The universe bends to clarity. But this kind of desire doesn't survive in silence. It demands reinforcement, daily thoughts aligned with your goal, spoken affirmations that confirm your direction, and bold action that proves your seriousness. Hill taught that the mind must hear your goal repeatedly until it accepts it as fact. That's not magic, it's reprogramming. What you obsess over, you eventually become. Desire alone is not enough. It must be backed by decision, sustained by effort, and protected from fear. If you say you want it but your habits show hesitation, the fire goes out. Real desire makes you wake up earlier, study longer, act without external approval. And this fire leads you to the next truth. Without faith to support it, even the strongest desire will collapse. Faith isn't a feeling, it's a conscious decision, a mental stand you take long before results show up. Napoleon Hill observed that behind every fortune there's a belief so unshakable it overrides failure, delay, and doubt. Without this invisible engine, even the brightest goals lose momentum. But when faith is present, your inner world begins to shape the outer. If desire is the fire, faith is the fuel. The difference between those who dream and those who create is simple. Creators believe before they see. Their thoughts become instructions. Their emotions charge those thoughts, and the universe responds. Neville Goddard taught this with absolute clarity. Your reality adjusts to the state you embody, not the one you wait for. Faith is trained, built day by day with repetition, emotion, and aligned action. The subconscious doesn't resist a command delivered with certainty. Say it enough with power and belief, and it becomes a part of who you are. Doubt, on the other hand, needs only silence to grow. Faith demands your voice, your vision, your discipline. If you've ever said, "I'll believe it when I see it," pause. That mindset is what's holding you back. Try this instead. "I'll see it because I believe it." If this shift resonates, comment below. I choose to believe before I see. Because faith isn't passive. It's the first proof that you've already started becoming who you were meant to be. Your subconscious is always listening. Every phrase you repeat, every belief you entertain, is shaping your identity in silence. Napoleon Hill called autosuggestion the bridge between desire and belief. It's not about positive thinking. It's about conscious mental programming. What you say with conviction, often enough, becomes law inside your mind. Autosuggestion isn't magic. It's strategy, a daily ritual of feeding the subconscious with clear, emotionally charged instructions. When you declare your goals out loud, visualize them as complete, and act as if they're unfolding, your internal system begins to shift. Doubt loses ground, clarity takes root, and action becomes natural. But words alone are not enough. Emotion is the key. You can't repeat, "I am successful," while feeling like a fraud and expect results. The subconscious accepts emotionally charged messages, not hollow affirmations. Hill emphasized, write your goals, read them daily, visualize them vividly. This isn't motivation, it's mental conditioning. Most people don't use autosuggestion consciously. They repeat scarcity, fear, limitation over and over, without realizing they're programming their own failure. Millionaire minds take control of this process. They choose what to hear, what to speak, and what to feel. And that choice creates a new internal order, one that leads straight into the next power, specialized knowledge. Information is everywhere, but transformation, that only comes with focused knowledge, applied with intention. Napoleon Hill shattered the myth that diplomas equal success. Most of the millionaires he studied had no formal education. What they did have was clarity. They knew exactly what they needed to learn and why. Specialized knowledge is the compass of the millionaire mind. While most people get lost collecting random information, high performers seek precision. They learn with a purpose. They study what serves their mission. They're not interested in knowing everything, only in mastering what moves them forward. This focus becomes their strategic advantage. Power doesn't come from what you know. It comes from how you use what you know. Every skill, every insight must be directed toward your vision. Without a target, knowledge is noise. But with a clear goal, it becomes a tool for liberation. This is the difference between the overwhelmed and the unstoppable. Ask yourself, what do you need to master to reach your next level? That answer is your map. And with that map, Every book, mentor, or challenge becomes a building block. Millionaires don't chase knowledge, they extract wisdom, and from that wisdom, they create. This mental sharpness leads naturally to their most powerful tool, imagination. Everything that exists was first imagined. No wealth, invention, or empire began with numbers. It began with a picture in the mind. Imagination isn't escape, it's construction. It's where the invisible becomes possible. Millionaires know this. They use imagination not to fantasize, but to rehearse. They live the vision internally until reality has no choice but to follow. Imagination gives shape to desire. The more detailed and emotionally charged the vision, the more your system responds. Your thoughts shift, your body reacts, and your actions align. The subconscious doesn't distinguish real from vividly imagined. That's why it's crucial to visualize with feeling. Feel the room, hear the sounds, sense the success. Most people only imagine when they're desperate. Millionaires imagine as discipline. It's a daily process, seeing the outcome as already done. When you visualize repeatedly with clarity and belief, your brain forms new neural pathways. Your internal world becomes fertile ground for bold decisions. It's no longer about someday, it becomes, I'm already living it. Close your eyes and build the life you want. Then open them and move like it's already yours. Imagination, when paired with action, becomes a force no obstacle can resist. It fuels your purpose, shapes your posture, and prepares your mind for consistent movement. And movement needs structure. That's why the next step is crucial. A clear and flexible plan. No one builds an empire alone. Even the sharpest mind has limits. But when two or more minds align with a shared purpose, a new energy is born. Napoleon Hill called this the mastermind, a conscious alliance where each person brings strength, clarity, and emotional power. Millionaires know that the right circle isn't optional, it's foundational. Your environment feeds or drains your vision. When surrounded by doubt, fear, and mediocrity, even the strongest dream begins to fade. But in the right company, ideas grow faster, problems shrink, and momentum becomes natural. A true mastermind is not a group, it's a force, a network that elevates every member simply by existing. But environment alone is not enough. It must be paired with persistence, the ability to keep going when results delay, when setbacks come, when the voice in your head says, stop. Persistence is the true test of commitment. Millionaires don't confuse obstacles with failure. They understand. Resistance means growth is near, so they adapt, but never quit. The road to wealth is filled with people who started strong and stopped early. What separates those who finish is their decision to keep moving, slow if needed, but never still. True persistence comes from 4 pillars: a clear purpose, a flexible plan, protection from negative influence, and a supportive network. With these in place, quitting is no longer an option. It becomes irrelevant. You don't need more time. You need clarity, and clarity starts in the mind. Everything you desire, freedom, wealth, purpose, already exists in blueprint form within you. What separates those who achieve from those who wait is not luck or background. It's the decision to think differently, act with vision, and persist when others stop. The millionaire mindset isn't about money, it's about identity. And every time you think with intention, speak with power, and move with purpose, you get closer to the version of you that was never meant to settle. If this message opens something inside you, don't let it fade. Hit subscribe, activate notifications, and keep walking this path with us. Watch the next video on the screen and go deeper into the mysteries of the human mind, your emotions, and the invisible forces that shape your life. Because once your mindset shifts, your entire world starts to follow.